All right, quick update just on a couple of these names. First off, AFRM kind of looking ugly right now, but like I said, big picture, the monthly 10-year, this thing just looks so good. So I would say I think we've talked about this. Let me see if I can get it. You know, really, where is it? This here. Really working off somewhere in this area. This 2720. This is obviously 34-ish, which we're below, but we're kind of looking at these areas. And then, you know, 21, but at a certain point you don't want to see it go too low. But I could see with this weekly chart, it kind of has a look, especially with these upper wicks here. Kind of has a look like it wants to go down a little more. Potentially this 25. So I mean, that 22 zone could be in play. You don't really want to see that, but it could be in play. So like I said earlier in previous videos, for this particular trade at this time, I would say this is your stop loss, this 28 and change here. And then for the bigger picture, kind of cup and handle monthly chart, you're looking more at those lower levels between, you know, that 21, 25 zone. So there's kind of two trades within this. And then when we put the moving averages on, which I like to just kind of take a peek at, it has this really nice squeezer here, but unfortunately we're below it. So like I said in the other video there, this has the potential to be one of those moves that kind of fizzles below and then sharply pops back over and holds. That's kind of what I'm feeling on this. Doesn't mean it's going to happen, but this is a really nice moving average visual, so I feel like it could get back above those quickly. But again, kind of two trade idea there. The other one that I've been kind of joking about is Piton. So Piton is, you know, not one that I typically want to be involved with, but this is just kind of shaping up very nicely. I don't like, similar to AFRM, I don't like how we had the squeezing moving averages, but now we're below. So that might be a little bit of a trend right now, at least on these two. But if you eliminate that from the visual, overall we kind of have this nice, you know, big picture. This is a daily chart. We kind of have this nice, you know, 2-month flag here developing. And then if you go in on the weekly 1 year, this has a very nice look. We have this increase in volume, you know, back about 2 months ago. And if what I'm seeing now is if we hold this 344 to 320 zone, where this whole move kind of began back here on 429, 319 to 342. So if we bring it back in here, 319, basically dead bottom currently, 342, kind of right in the meat of this move here. And then if we toss the moving averages back on, 3.6. Okay, so close to the 340 zone. So really kind of an interesting one in terms of your risk. If you were to play off this weekly 1 year zone and you were to maybe set your risk down here at this 306, give it a little wiggle room below that 320. I mean, you know, I don't think 4 is out of the cards, you know, a 354 run. This is definitely a you know, long-term loser. But this could have a nice little move. I mean, we had this, I think this was earnings back here. Not positive, but I believe that was earnings. So this 320 zone, interesting zone, and then anything beyond 40 could get crazy. So those are the two, you know, top 1, top 2. I've been watching this RIVN, but I don't love these high gappers for buying long. It did have kind of a nice intraday move if you were buying in here, selling into, I think this was yesterday. Yeah, so if you were buying in Friday, if you were buying in Friday, you could have sold yesterday into this nice spike, and this is being filmed in the morning, so this has already started to almost give that back. It gave back about half of that. So kind of a tricky one. I feel like maybe this could be a higher conviction trade maybe in a few weeks when all this initial kind of craze wears off. Let me see. There's a couple others, but they're not really at that point yet. DJT. This one I'm really just keeping an eye on. No action yet, but this has a lot of potential with the election. Also kind of in the same basket, Rumble. I feel like Rumble's looking good, big picture. I think Rumble's looking better than DJT on the month. Well, actually, they're looking pretty. They're both looking pretty. So those are two that we're keeping our eye on. Let's take a look in here. Just like to see kind of where it's at. DJT. Yeah, so those are in the bullpen. Couple others. This QBTS. These are a couple others that I'm keeping my eye on, but there's nothing. We're not taking any action on it yet. But this big picture, it kind of looks weird as you get closer, but I think this has potential. All these AI plays. SOUN, another big one. Kind of is similar to DJT. A little bit, maybe. Let me see. Kind of, yeah. This one has a lot of potential. This is up there on our hit list. So we get a couple in the bullpen. Quick recap. DJT, SOUN, Rumble, and then we have, you know, our number ones, AFRM, Piton for more of a short term. This UPST, getting there. It's not really there on the bigger picture yet, but we kind of get interesting shape. Sometimes I'll just see the shape and I'll know it's not ready, but I'll feel like it's starting to kind of develop. This is a nice looking daily. I think yesterday we looked at the moving averages and they're starting to squeeze here. No, that was, you know what that was? That was Upwork, I think. Yeah, similar idea here. Kind of a bigger picture name with some high end potential here. So quick recap, we gotta stay dialed.